Welcome to all of you, dear students. Today we will solve a simple problem in case of liquidation. Bhavya Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31st March 2019. As on that date, its balance sheet was as under. So we have 12% preference shares of rupees 100 each. Then we have 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid. 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each 8 paid. 30,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each 6 paid. Then we have creditors 2,20,000, in that including secured creditor 60,000, preferential creditor 15,000. Then we have freehold property, plant and machine, motor vehicle, stock, data, cash in hand, followed by PL account. PL account to be ignored because it's a fictitious asset. PL account given in asset side is treated as loss. Preference dividend is arrears for 2 years and is payable on liquidation. The liquidator realized the assets as follows: freehold property 7 lakh, plant and machinery 2,50,000, motor vehicle 40,000, stock 1,75,000, debtor 80,000. The liquidation expenses amounted to rupees 5 lakh, and liquidator is entitled to a remuneration of 3% on assets realized excluding cash and 2% on amount paid to unsecured creditors including preferential creditors. You are required to prepare liquidator final statement of accounts and calculate the final payment per each category of equity share. Bhavya Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31st March 19. As on that date, its balance sheet was as under. We have 12% preference shares of rupees 100 each 4 lakh. So preference share is 4 lakh and the rate of dividend is 12%. Then we have 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid 2 lakh. 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each 8 paid 4 lakh. So another equity share, we have 30,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each 6 paid. So one equity share is fully paid 10 rupee. Another equity share is partly paid 8 rupee. Another equity share is partly paid 4 rupee. So we have 10 rupee paid, 8 rupee paid, and then we have 6 rupee paid. Creditors 2,20,000. In that, remove secured creditor 60,000. Remove preferential creditor 15,000. Remaining you get 1,45,000 as unsecured creditors. Then we have freehold property, plant and machine, motor vehicle, stock, data, cash in hand. PL account don't consider, ignore it, don't take. The preference dividend is arrears for 2 years and is payable on liquidation. So how to calculate the preference dividend? The preference dividend is calculated like this: 4 lakh into 12% into 2 years. 4 lakh into 12% into 2 years, you get 96,000. Then liquidator realized the assets as follows. He has sold freehold property 7 lakh, plant and machine 2,50,000, motor vehicle 40,000, stock 1,75,000, debtor 80,000. The liquidation expenses amounted to rupee 5,000. So we have expenses 5,000 and liquidator is entitled to a remuneration of 3% on assets realized except cash. So don't calculate remuneration on cash. Cash ಅನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಉಳಿದ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಮಾರಾಟದ ಮೇಲೆ 3% ವೇತನ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿ. Calculate 3% remuneration on assets realized. Don't take cash. And 2% on amount paid to unsecured creditors including preferential creditors. Means remuneration is calculated on 3. 1, it's calculated on assets realized. 2 it's calculated on preferential creditor, 3 it's calculated on unsecured creditors. ವೇತನ ಬಂದು 3 ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರಾಟದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ನಂತರ ಅನ್ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ. You are required to prepare liquidator final statement of account and calculate the final payment per each category of equity share. Now let's look into the answer how things goes. So receipt side we have assets realized freehold property 7 lakh plus plant and machinery 2,50,000 plus motor vehicle 40,000 plus stock 1,75,000 plus debtor 80,000. Total assets realized 12,45,000. Then we have cash in hand 30,000. Then payment side we have secured creditors 60,000. Liquidation expenses 5,000. Then liquidator remuneration on assets 12,45,000 into 3% 37,550. Then on preferential creditors it's 2%, we get 300. And on unsecured creditors 1,45,000 into 2 by 100 you get 2,900. Outer column total remuneration will be 40,550. So we have total remuneration 40,550. We assume that sufficient amount is available to pay unsecured creditor. So unsecured creditors ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ assumption ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So total remuneration is 40,550. Next, we don't have debenture in our question. Then we have preferential creditors 15,000. Then we have unsecured creditors 1,45,000. Then we have preference share capital 4 lakh. And then we have preference share dividend as calculated in the question is 96,000. Then we need to check how much amount is left. Equity share holderಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. Let us check how much cash is available to pay equity shares. So go to receipt side, 12,45,000 plus 30,000. Total cash available is 12,75,000 minus secured creditors 60,000 minus liquidation expenses 5,000 minus liquidator remuneration 40,550 minus preferential creditors 15,000 minus unsecured creditors 1,45,000 minus preference share capital 4 lakh minus preference share dividend you get 96,000. So you have a total cash of 5,13,450. So you have sufficient cash with you. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಇದೆ. You have little bit of sufficient cash to pay the equity shares. Now how to pay the equity share? One equity share is 10 rupee. Another equity share is 8 rupee. Another equity share is 6 rupee. ಒಂದು 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ fully paid, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 8 ರೂಪಾಯಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 6 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? How to make payment to the first? So ಯಾರ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ 6 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ, 8 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ, 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 10 rupee wala you pay 4 rupee first. Those who have paid 10 rupee share, for them repay 4 rupee. So in that case 10 rupee will become 6. We are making equalization. So compared to 6 rupee paid, 10 rupee shares have paid 4 rupee more. So pay them additional excess 4 rupee per share into 20,000. So you are going to pay them 80,000. So 4 rupee into 20,000, you pay 80,000. Next, so thereby 10 rupee fully paid. Now it is 6 rupee. Next, come to 8 rupee. Those who have paid 8 rupee, pay them 2 rupee. 8 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಿ? 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? You make them a payment of 1 lakh. 2 rupee into 50,000, you get 1 lakh. So thereby 10 rupee, now 4 is paid, it became 6. 8 rupee, 2 is paid, it became 6. Then remaining leftover, pay to all equity share equally. Now all became 6 rupee paid only. So you had 5,13,450 minus 80,000 minus 1 lakh. So leftover cash is 3,33,450. Pay this 3,33,450 to all the equity shares. All the 3 equity shares. More equity share go kodbidi. That is 3,33,450 divided by 1 lakh. You pay 3 rupee 33 paisa per share. 6 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕೇವಲ 3 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 33 ಪೈಸಾ. Where you need to repay 6 rupee, you are going to repay only 3 rupee 33 paisa. Now how this 1 lakh came? Go to balance sheet, liability side. We have 20,000 equity share plus 50,000 equity share plus 30,000 equity share. So thereby you get total 1 lakh share. Okay, thank you. In the next slide you can find out further detailed calculations. Okay students, all the best. Do well. Thank you.